Welcome to the Sussex Football Show with me, Dean Kilford, and powered by your instant replay. Worthing looked to solidify their place in the playoff places as they took on Brighton C Regent this past Saturday. They're currently on a 6-game unbeaten run. And within 6 minutes that run looked in jeopardy as a deep throw was flicked into his own net by Joe Clark. And they had the returning Lucas Cavanieri to thank as his fingertip saved and Aaron Condon grabbing a second. But it was the keeper at the other end, James Bradbrook, who had a major involvement in this match, punching Parsons in the face to give away a penalty. The yellow card, the other punishment. David Ajiboye stepped up to net his 17th of the season. Parsons, the recipient of that punch for the penalty, then saw his marching orders for this crude challenge on Jake Turner. Worthing had over 50 minutes to survive with only 10 men. And by the thinnest of margins, they kept on level terms, Condon's dragged shot hitting the upright. Worthing then had the crossbar to thank as Billy Hunt's close-range effort came off the underside of the bar and bounced away to safety. Set pieces were where Worthing looked most dangerous, and the slightest of tips from the keeper denied James Crane a certain goal. But despite being a man light, Worthing were looking likely to grab a winner. Joe Clark with time to pick his spot, the defender getting in the right place to block the shot. A corner in the dying seconds presented Worthing with one final chance to win the game. The ball somehow skipping past both Jones and Crane. Worthing had to settle for a point. Whitehawk have turned the form book upside down in recent weeks and were looking to pull further away from the drop zone as Enfield Town came to the Terra Pura ground. A deep throw wasn't dealt with by Ambrosine, and Kezi Ibe opened the scoring for the visitors inside 2 minutes. Bricknell then came close to doubling Enfield's lead, but his fierce shot fired into the side netting. Whitehawk had been struggling to break down the Enfield defence, but that was until Rodriguez skipped past two challengers and played in Afori Echimpong, who steadied himself before firing across the keeper and into the far corner. On the stroke of half-time, Whitehawk thought they'd taken the lead. Penny had judged to have been in an offside position when receiving the ball. Whitehawk were bossing the start of the second half, and Afori Echimpong was close to getting his second, his header over the bar. And their cause was helped further when Mickey Parcell was giving his marching orders after picking up a second yellow for this challenge on Minter. A superb toe from Weatherstone took the ball away from Penny's path as the Hawks continued to push for a winner. But they were made to pay for those missed opportunities when Joseph Payne superbly volleyed into the top corner and gave the 10 men the lead. Any Whitehawk hopes of getting something from this game were dashed when Billy Bricknell's precise shot from the edge of the area made it 3-1 with 9 minutes to go. Deeder's deflected kick caused chaos in the box. Both Christie and Williams couldn't find the finish from close range. Whitehawk suffer their first defeat in over a month and will have a nervous look over their shoulder at the teams below them. Burgess Town are 9 games without a win and in need of a dramatic turnaround in the final few weeks of the season if they're to maintain their status in the Bostik Premier League. Leatherhead were the visitors this past Saturday to the Green Elephant Stadium. Burgess Hill started on the front foot and the impressive Pharrell Ryder drove at the Leatherhead defence, only to see his goal-bound effort saved by Sakiula. At the other end, Gregory tested James in the Hillian's net with a firm, low effort to the near post. James was in the thick of the action again as he raced out of his goal to try and prevent a Leatherhead counter. The ball fell favourably into the path of Ulutard, but James had scampered back to pull off a superb save and keep the scores level. A solid first half outing was undone inside 3 minutes of the second, Okoji running onto a simple long ball and diverting the ball past James to give Leatherhead the lead. And 2 minutes later, Okoji was at the double, this time looping his header over James and into the far corner. Things then went from bad to worse as Skinner wrapped up all 3 points for the visitors. Two Burgess Hill defenders getting in each other's way. The ball broke to Skinner, who stroked the ball home. Now this would have been contender for goal of the season. Sardina with the scissor volley, the outside of his boot as Leatherhead threatened to run riot. Frustration boiled over as substitute Apau jumped in recklessly and was sent off in the final minute as Burgess Town were reduced to 10 men. So the Hillians are now 8 points from safety, with 8 remaining. Three Bridges had conceded 17 goals in their previous 5 and were dropping perilously close to the relegation zone of the Bostik South East League. They had a chance to alleviate some of that pressure when they took on second bottom Greenwich Borough. A clever ball presented a chance for Oluwate Marlin, but his near post shot was beaten away before he skied over the rebound. With 20 minutes gone, Joe Tennant gave Three Bridges the lead. Greenwich failed to deal with the high cross and the ball dropped to the midfielder to score his 5th of the season. Greenwich almost equalised in bizarre circumstances. A clearance bounced off Hall's knee at the perfect height for Leopard to try the spectacular. As Greenwich were pushing for the equaliser, they were leaving themselves short at the back. Akanbi's heavy first touch made the angle tighter and he pulled his shot wide. A Greenwich corner in the final minute broke down and presented Akanbi with a clear run on goal. The striker kept his composure to seal all 3 points for Three Bridges, who are now 5 clear of the drop zone.
And the second goal for Bridges, scored by number 11, Akanbi.
Thank you for watching the Sussex Football Show. I've been Dean Kilford and we'll be back next week with all the best of Sussex Football, powered by your instant replay.